It's just okay, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to spend about 10-15 minutes going through this section on getting started. But I thought it'd be quite good just to have a watch a short video, about 2 minutes long, on what is Bitcoin.
In this introductory video, you'll learn what Bitcoin is and how today's two most popular versions of Bitcoin differ from each other. As its name suggests, Bitcoin is an electronic currency. But unlike government-issued currencies, there is no single entity that issues Bitcoin or is in charge of processing its transactions. Before Bitcoin, it was not possible to make electronic payments without the help of a third party, like a bank or payment processor. Payments were often slow, expensive, and not available to everyone. To solve those problems, Bitcoin operates without a trusted third party. Instead, it works as a purely peer-to-peer electronic currency, meaning that payments are sent directly from one person to another. How does that work? Simply put, computers all over the world use mathematical functions to independently verify all Bitcoin transactions, which are then added to a public, permanent list of transactions called the blockchain. The blockchain is stored on all of those computers and works as a secure, universal record of who owns what. Early on in Bitcoin's history, there were very few transactions being processed by the network. But as time went on, more and more people started using Bitcoin, and so the number of transactions to be processed went up too. Eventually, the Bitcoin network needed to be updated to keep transactions fast, cheap, and reliable. But because there wasn't consensus on how this update should be performed, or whether it should be implemented at all, Bitcoin ultimately had to split into two separate currencies for that update to happen. The version that implemented the originally planned update is called Bitcoin Cash, which is listed on exchanges using the ticker symbol BCH. Bitcoin Cash can currently process over 100 transactions per second, with fees reliably less than a penny per transaction. The other version, which made different updates to the network, kept the name Bitcoin and the original ticker symbol BTC. Bitcoin can only process between 3 and 7 transactions per second, and is now considered by many to be digital gold instead of digital cash. Its fees have ranged anywhere from several cents to tens of dollars per transaction, depending on the number of people trying to use the network at once. You can get started with Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash today by downloading our free wallet app at wallet.bitcoin.com. If you'd like to learn more about
Okay, so there's lots of information on there, like how to send and receive Bitcoin. Now, what I would say is the programs that we're part of, especially with AutoBTC, they actually go into a lot more on that level. So we're quite fortunate that if I go back to the slideshow that I was looking at earlier, with AutoBTC being one of the programs that we're part of, they have a resources section where, I believe that what they're offering, the amount that they're offering is really good for the money that you're paying that one time out of pocket. So if I click on resources, this is going to give you an introductory guide to Bitcoin, understanding Bitcoin, where you can come here and you can just download the book. It's easy read. It's not 244 pages, it's actually 24 pages. You know, you want to receive Bitcoin, you can even watch videos on it, but I think this is pretty good. You kind of let you know how to receive it and stuff like that, and how to sell it, and you know, places to go and all that kind of stuff, right? Which is pretty cool. Loads of other free free resources, but this is just one of the things you're going to get, like, through being part of this. They're going to talk about business investment, all right, documents. Again, as you're getting more and more into stuff, you may want to start looking at your gold and silver diversifications for sure, and how you can start to accumulate that, right? So all of this stuff here is very good value for you being a member, and all this stuff here, right? Property investments and all of that. So anybody that you know that's interested in any of that, get them to join you in AutoBTC. The amount of value outweighs the $70 fee for sure. And on top of that, to boot, they give you the ability to earn up to what, $150,000 at level 6. I mean, you know, that in itself is phenomenal, but the value of what you get through being a member is definitely worth it. So for those of you brand new to Bitcoin, you definitely want to grab that. This is another resource. I'll put some of these links in the in the chat for you guys as well. This is my landing page. On this landing page, of course, you can access the Facebook group if you want to be part of that. But again, what Rabu does, he's got a video here where he talks about the different types of Bitcoin accounts that you can get yourself set up with, right? You know, and your different wallets. Now, I'll tell you here and now, Coinbase is a wallet I'm not a big fan of in any shape or manner. I would prefer to actually remove that, but that's actually part of the website. But I prefer CoinMama out of these ones. And if you're dealing with a lot more different cryptos, you know, I spoke earlier to start with, we looked at the cryptocurrency market. If you're looking at investing in different cryptos, a lot of the time you're going to need to be on an exchange. An exchange is going to allow you to convert from more than one type of, you know, wallet will give you like maybe a handful of the top 10 or so cryptocurrencies. If you want to get into more crypto investing, you want to look at, you know, these companies like Binance or Kraken and stuff like that, Qcoin, all of these type of companies, right? Again, if you're interested in any of that, if I've referred you to the program, it's on that link. If somebody else has referred you, please get back to them, because they have, again, all of these programs have a referral program. So if I'm not the person who's invited you onto tonight's webinar, just get back to the person who's invited you, and they will have a link for you to join and set up your Bitcoin account. So this is a wallet I always recommend people get started with, regardless of the other wallets they may end up getting. So if I go to blockchain.com, I'm going to just again, this actually, I'm going to post this in the group, in the chat there. Not only is blockchain been around like forever, right? They've got a little learning section here as well. So if you click on learn, Bitcoin for beginners, okay? This talks about this decentralized network. You understand, ladies and gentlemen, that how we got brought up in society in making our money work for us. We all got introduced to a bank account at some point, got introduced to maybe credit cards at some point. That's all centralized money. That's all run by a central entity. With Bitcoin, it's decentralized. We're moving away from that. The power is to the people, kind of thing. You know, it's not, you're not going to start a revolution tonight, but you know, we're getting away from the middle people, the middle person, whether it's a man or woman, right? We're moving away from that. We want to deal directly. I want to send money to Rose. I want to send money to David. I want to send money to Julian, or anybody on this training right now. Bring up your Bitcoin wallet. Send me your Bitcoin wallet address, and I will send you those funds straight away. Do it in the next 10 seconds, and I'll do it right now. You're scrambling for your phone, right? But you know, that's the great thing that we have with this kind of money. If I wanted to do that, and seriously, I wanted to send money from London to somebody in London to send it to me in Canada, and for it to be converted and that, oh my gosh, you know, fees, unless they're going direct from London, you know, UK account to UK account, but going from one country to another, fees and time, it's like, forget it, just send it to me in crypto. So we're using that digital asset, okay, just like any other asset, all right? And as you can see from tonight, how we're going to be, regardless of the fees we're paying, we're making more than that from the money we're earning. So we don't care about the fee so much, right? It's part and parcel doing business, but the amount of money we're earning is like really key here. You can see here, Bitcoin was named the top performing currency 4 of the last 5 years. I mean, you can't say that about many other assets whatsoever, right? Cannot say that. It's a global currency sent to anybody around the world, no borders, no remittance fees. You know, oh my gosh, fees you can pay sometimes to send money with some of those companies, like, you know, I don't know, MoneyGram or whatever, right? If you got crypto, different ball game. And keeping your Bitcoin safe is just like any wallet, right? So you want to keep it safe, and you know, it's globally accepted. So that said, you can sign up. If I click on here, sign up, you can just get your email address and you're up and running, right? They do have an exchange as well. If you want to be more advanced and buy more coins and even trade it, they've got an exchange and stuff. But you sign up with your email address, your password, and they will link to your bank and stuff like that, and you can start your Bitcoin journey. Most of these wallets will take about 3 days. Some of them could take up to 3 days before they will let you release your funds. So some are better than others for that regard. It's a precaution feature because there's been so much fraudulent stuff taking place where people have used other people's card to buy crypto, and then they try to use that money. So 3 days gives enough people enough time to say, oh wait, there's something's wrong that's gone on here. So that's one thing. We can set you up with a Bitcoin wallet, and like I said, if you're gonna go on my site here, if I referred you, go through that, and then they talk about the different things. Get yourself familiarized. But again, I keep harping on about AutoBTC. Just get yourself an AutoBTC account. Get that set up, and tap into all of these things about getting a wallet. It's gonna be great for you and the people that you're working with. So make no mistake of his value there. The other thing you're gonna need is a software that's gonna give you protection. We call it two-factor authentication. Now, Google wants to run the world, if you've not noticed by now. So they're in everything, right? And they're a bit too much in my business. When it comes to this stuff, I don't want them to also be my Google authenticator, all right? Because when they're ready to shut me down, they can shut down everything. They can shut down my email a lot, right? So I want to be away from that. So I use a company called Authy. To be honest, I believe it's a better authenticator than Google as well. So again, I'm going to post this in the chat here. So you can either download the desktop version, click on download, and you can download the desktop version. If you're on a smartphone, you can download it to your phone and use the app on your phone. The nice thing with Authy is that, unlike Google Authenticator, where it's on one device only, with Authy, if I want it on more than one device, I can actually have that running. Because let's face it, a lot of our times our phones break, stuff like that, right? And so if all of your authentication is on one device, that may really mess you up, right? You need to log in, you can't log in, you have to get your authentication de-authenticated on that website. It's a nightmare, right? Nightmare. If you don't want to do that, you want to at least give yourself a couple of options, have it maybe on 2 devices so you're not called out. And I've got it on 2 devices. Sometimes in the past, it's happened to me where I've needed to change it, and it's just cost me a lot of time. And that time actually cost me about a couple of $1,000 in Bitcoin, because I couldn't log in and actually buy Bitcoin into the wallet where I had the ability to do that with. So keep that in mind. So Authy is very good. One more thing when dealing with this stuff, and you want to really be 2 things actually. I want to just talk about it here and now. I do actually do a training on a Thursday where I go into not just about these programs, but I show different things that I feel may be relevant to help people, whether it's building up their referral base or different ways in which they can advertise and stuff like that. So whatever may float your boat, right? Especially with Finalmente, I just did an introductory training last week on Finalmente, how to advertise your links so that it's available on the internet. And like I said, I have had some people from South Africa join me, not join me, but have registered their name and email, phone number for AutoBTC. So I'm going to be really paying a lot more attention on that with their advertising, which is very cost effective. So this browser is called Brave. Okay, it's not your regular browser, but when you're dealing with crypto, you want to kind of not go with the general, Microsoft stuff, the stuff that you can just get anywhere. This stuff here is really aimed at people that want to protect their privacy and stuff like that. And they've got some really good built-in stuff. Okay, Brave rewards, it's like rewards you can get just like crypto and stuff like that. So you'll learn about it. You get a privacy window with Tor. Again, it's another way for you to secure yourself, because make no mistake, if you're out in the general public, you've heard about Brave, yeah, definitely worth getting. And they'll always tell you about certain things. You can add some of your crypto stuff here, so you can see your Bitcoin wallets, right? And all your Brave rewards and anything on your, your top sites and stuff like that. Any exchanges that you might be plugged into, your Binance and all this kind of stuff, right? So this is your portal. It's like really nicely laid out, and it's got these widgets, all right, that you can tap into. So if I want to add my Binance account, I can have it right here and see what my Binance, whatever, right, and stuff like that, and just do whatever I need to do. So you can do that kind of stuff. The other thing I like about this is how it blocks some certain things that are happening on your site, right? So again, it's a really good tool. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. Like I said, on Thursdays, I normally go into more detail. But again, if you're just getting started with this stuff, really important. There's a browser I use called DuckDuckGo. It's actually built in. So I don't use the normal standard search engines. On Thursday's training, I'm going to show you a search engine that earns you crypto when you use it to do your normal searches. So Google doesn't give you anything. They take everything from you. They use your feedback to build a multi-trillion-dollar business, right? That's what their whole ethos is about. We're going to show you a way in which you can actually generate not BTC, but crypto through searches that you're going to do anyway, whether it's on your phone or on the desktop. So just give you a bit of a flavor there. You're also going to want to use a VPN software, virtual private network. So I've used a couple. I've started to use this company for 2 reasons. I'm going to go to ProtonMail. Is a company that based out in Switzerland. This is the key thing, guys. Again, when you're dealing with crypto, you don't want to give all your life's work to Google. You know, as much as they try and play like they're your best friend at school that you wanted to hang out with, they've got their own agenda. You want to encrypt your stuff. ProtonMail does that for you. All right, just with their basic version. They also have a pretty good VPN, so you don't need all of these, you know, you don't necessarily need all these things to be successful in crypto, but start off on a good foot. So I'm going to get more into protecting your address, okay, your address of where you are when you're dealing with crypto, especially when you're out in the public domain. Protect your identity. And there's a big thing about identity right now, right? Because why is it such a big thing that they all want your private they want your information like crazy now, like every single thing. So you need to protect it, especially when dealing with crypto. So you never want to use public Wi-Fi to log into your crypto wallet and do transactions. I know this is over 15 minutes, but that's all I really wanted to get across today. So guys, I think I'm done there. Any questions on what I've shared before I close it up, because that's about 20 minutes of chatter. Okay, I think I'm good. Okay, fantastic. So guys, I'll leave it there. Whoever's invited you onto tonight's training, they will tell you about the training on Thursday, and then hopefully I'll welcome you on board. What we're doing here is really exciting stuff. There is going to be another phase coming out very soon, December the 15th, I've been told, which again looks like it's going to dwarf the money we've earned up to this point. So again, we wait with bated breath to when that day happens. All right, guys, so take care, have a good night, good afternoon, and we'll see you on the next presentation sometime soon. Take care.